This week, the drivers in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series were back to points racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 56th running of the Coca-Cola 600.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing for our military drivers!
Matt Kenseth led the field to the green flag on Sunday evening after grabbing his second Coors Light Pole Award of the 2015 season. And it was Kenseth who quickly broke out to an early lead, battling with teammate Carl Edwards.
Here comes his teammate, Carl Edwards. I believe they did touch. I believe there was a little contact between the 19 and the 20.
On lap 25, during a competition caution, Brad Keselowski ran into trouble when his team suffered a penalty for losing control of the gas can as the 2 machine was exiting the pit stall. Keselowski would recover. The race was back underway and multiple drivers fought their way into the top spot. Kevin Harvick was able to secure the lead from Denny Hamlin on lap 64 and run away from the pack. On lap 90, last year's Coca-Cola 600 winner Jimmie Johnson lost control of his race car at turn 4, sending the 48 car spinning, but the 6-time Sprint Cup Series champion was able to avoid the wall and others.
Focus on right now and we'll fix it. Track will come to us, it's not going to change. Just not give up.
As the track transitioned from day to night, new contenders were able to work their way to the front. Martin Truex Jr. found the lead, and suddenly other drivers were desperately trying to catch the 78 car. On lap 274, after rebounding from his prior incident, it was deja vu for Jimmie Johnson when he went for a spin in the exact same spot as he did earlier, only this time the 48 car found the inside retaining wall, ending Johnson's night. 8 laps later, Ryan Blaney blew an engine while running in the top 15, putting an end to the 21 car's chances of a good finish.
Dad come, and the kid was having an amazing run.
Meanwhile, Truex Jr. continued to dominate the competition, but Kyle Busch, who was making his return to Sprint Cup Series points racing after suffering a leg injury in February, worked his way into the second position and was trying to run down Martin Truex Jr. With 72 laps to go, Michael Annett spun down the backstretch, and the leaders all came down pit road. Denny Hamlin won the race off the pit road, and when the race went green, the 11 car held off all contenders, including Truex. But the caution was quick to wave when Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ran into the wall. The field would reset once more. Hamlin was fast to break away as he would dominate the competition, but in fear of having a loose wheel, he was forced to bring his 11 car to pit road with 36 laps remaining, giving the lead back to Truex. But as laps were slowly winding down, Truex and several teams came to pit road for fuel, while others like Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. attempted to stretch their fuel mileage for the win. Edwards desperately hung on to the lead, trying to make it to the end, as a hungry Martin Truex Jr. was working hard to fight his way back to the front. Truex could work his way back into the top 5, but would ultimately run out of time as Carl Edwards would grab his first victory of 2015.
We won the Coca-Cola 600.
Toyota's 300th win, and first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win with Joe Gibbs Racing.
All that bad luck we've had got, I guess it got negated or equaled out by the good luck today.
Next week, the series heads to the Monster Mile Dover International Speedway. For NASCAR, I'm John Householder.